For today, let us learn how to make mozzarella using the traditional method. So this technique requires two ingredients besides milk. First, we need thermophilic lactic acid bacteria, rennet dissolved in 10 ml distilled water, and 10 liters raw milk. For the materials, we need two stainless pots for the double boiler setup during pasteurization, thermometer to measure the temperature of milk at pasteurization, acidification, and stretching process, ladle, silicone or wooden, long knife to cut the curd, measuring spoon, gloves, draining tray, stove and ice. Before we start, let me give a fair warning. In cheese making, to be laid back and adventurous, especially in time, temperature, and measurements, are not encouraged. So it is best to follow the recipe as closely as possible. All utensils should be washed, sanitized, and air dried before using. Sanitizing is done by dipping all utensils into 200 ppm chlorine solution for 1 to 2 minutes. Sanitizing solution is prepared by mixing 20 ml sodium hypochlorite in 10 liters water. Filter and pour 10 liters raw milk in the casserole with a double boiler setup. This setup is important in order not to char the milk during pasteurization. Pasteurization is done by heating the milk at 72 degrees Celsius for 28 seconds with constant stirring in order to facilitate even heat distribution during this process. After pasteurization, rapidly bring down the temperature of the milk at 32 degrees Celsius in ice rubber bag. Then, acidify the milk by adding the thermophilic lactic acid culture. Stir for 30 seconds and let it sit for 45 minutes. Next, curdle the milk by gradually adding 1/8 teaspoon of rennet dissolved in 10 ml distilled water with constant stirring for 30 seconds. Stir the milk and then let it sit for another 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, conduct a clean cut test to identify that the milk is properly coagulated or curdled. It is done by sinking and lifting your knife into the renneted milk. Properly coagulated milk should break cleanly around the knife, and a clear way should fill the indentation made. Once you reach the clean break stage, cut the curd all the way down to the bottom in a checkerboard pattern. The size of the cube should be about 1/2 inch square. Let it sit again for another 45 minutes. During this time, you will see the curd and whey separate even more. Remove some part of the whey using your measuring cup and increase the temperature to 42 degrees Celsius. This is done in order to release more whey and to firm up the curd. Let it sit again for another 45 minutes. Let's continue draining the whey. So let's save the wafer. Make a use. Transfer all the curd into the draining tray and let the clump of curd acidify for 3 hours. As the hours progress, more and more whey will be released. Continue to drain it off by slicing the kneaded curd in a checkerboard pattern for about 3 inches square and flip them over every 30 minutes. Acidification is very important because it will enable us to stretch the cheese successfully. After 3 hours, start heating the whey to 90 degrees Celsius while chopping the acidified curd into 1-inch cubes. Then conduct stretch test quickly by taking small portion of the acidified curd and adding with previously heated whey. When the curd is stretched and its length is 5 times from the original, immediately stretch the whole curd. If otherwise, wait for another 30 minutes and conduct stretch test again. Pour in the previously heated whey into the curd. Stir for 5 minutes and stretch. Give the curd at least 5 folds and mold into balls to shiny surface. Dip into 5 degrees Celsius water, drain, wrap, and refrigerate immediately.